What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can catch a bad pass. So I hope this video helps you guys out. I hope it gives you some value. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you would like to get some work in with us this offseason, we are going to be traveling out to 15 more states for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camp. So we will be coming out to San Francisco, Orlando, New Orleans, Charlotte, Dallas, DMV, St. Louis, Honolulu, Boston, Cleveland, Austin, Texas, Seattle, Newark, New Jersey, Denver, and Los Angeles. If you guys are local to one of those states, we would love to have you out for 2 whole days, 8 hours of training, fellas, to get you guys some great work. So check out that very first link below, fellas, if you're interested and we are coming to a state local to you. Let's get started. So now, first things first here, when you guys are catching a bad pass, it's just like any other pass in terms of your eyes and in terms of the hand-eye coordination needed to make this pass. So this is kind of like a lower back shoulder throw, right? So anytime that a quarterback throws us a back shoulder throw, normally we would like that ball to be a little bit like high and outside to where I can kind of turn, keep the ball away from the DB. But sometimes, maybe I don't get my head around quick enough. Maybe I'm not able to decelerate. So it kind of turns into a bad throw, or I should say a difficult catch, right? So when that ball's thrown back shoulder, you see how the whole thing he is doing is looking that ball all the way in and seeing it hit his hands. Now, that's the same thing for a regular catch, right? That's the same thing for catching a slant wide open. That's the same thing for catching a ball over the shoulder. You have to focus on taking a picture of the ball with your eyes. What do I mean by that? That means that when that ball hits your hands, the only thing in that line of vision is that football. If you guys can consistently do that, that's going to help you avoid all drop passes. Now, I know some of you are thinking like, well, coach, I can't get out of my own head sometimes. Like I'm in a game scenario, I got the pads on, I'm thinking about dropping the ball. Maybe you've dropped it in the past and that's kind of in your head, whatever it might be. And we get those questions a lot. And the best advice I can give you, you just have to kind of go back to the roots of, hey, keep your eye on the ball. Now, I say, take a picture with my eyes because that process is in my brain. What I used to have my wide receivers do when I would coach at the high school level is I would have them catch the ball, but when it hits their hands, they need to verbally call out if they see the laces or no laces. Something that's going to process in your mind may not process for somebody else. You get a lot of old school guys when I post these videos and they talk about, oh, you just say keep your eye on it. Yeah, maybe that worked 30 years ago, but, kids, maybe they don't understand that. You got to find a way that processes in your mind because every single athlete, every single person is different. Now, when it comes to these difficult catches, obviously we want to look it in. But the main thing is when you're on the way down, like let's say it's a falling catch, say it's a diving catch, you have to protect the ball. And we're going to show an example of a diving catch here in a second. But when you see how he's going down with this ball, making this bad catch, he's putting this thing away. He catches it and secures it, but he doesn't leave it out here. Because when he hits the ground, if his arms are extended, that ball is going to fall out. So you almost need to have that like muscle memory, that habit of I catch the ball and secure, and I'm putting this thing away and almost turning to protect it from hitting the ground. Now, maybe the nose of the ball hit the ground right here, but he probably has possession, so this is probably ruled a catch. But nonetheless, that is a great adjustment to this ball and making that tough catch. Fellas, your eyes are everything. Now, you can't think about this during a game. Obviously, right? You can't think about when that ball is coming to you and, I got to make sure that I'm taking a picture of the ball. When you got a DB here, you're worried about the coverage, you're worried about the play. It's got to be an automated habit. Every single ball that you were ever thrown in your life, every single tennis ball that you bounce to yourself, you need to work on those eyes. Don't worry about a dang thing when you're out there in t-shirt and shorts, but running a good route and catching the ball with your eyes first. The only thing in your vision should be the football, not the football on the lineman, not the football on the sideline, just the football. Let's play this thing again, full speed one more time. We just need to build those automated habits, fellas, so we can get better at those tough catches. Okay, so now next example here is going to be a diving catch. So when you guys have a diving catch, it is super important that you use your arms as a way to kind of almost roll and protect the ball so the nose of the ball does not hit and the ball does not come out so they can rule a drop. So you see this catch right here. Now, when we make this catch, obviously it's the same principles apply. Got to look it in, got to catch with your hands, pinkies together when it's a low ball, etc. Now, something you can do is like, this is what I would have my wide receivers do, is like if we're out at like a track, like a turf field, like, it's like, let's say it's a college stadium and they got like a high jump pit. Like I'm sure everybody's seen those high jump mats. Well, I'm not going to have my wide receivers do this on turf because I don't want them to hurt themselves. But I'm going to throw them a ball that's low, and they're going to have to dive and catch onto that high jump mat, something padded. Maybe you could get creative and you don't have to use that. Maybe you can use a bed or something like that. But when you catch that ball, you have to practice that like roll, where you almost roll and put your arms underneath the ball so it doesn't pop out. There's a lot of times guys will just dive, but they'll almost like have the ball like a ground ball, like a pitcher, like or a shortstop fielding a ground ball, and that ball will hit the ground, it'll pop out, they will lose control, and that's going to be ruled incomplete. If you guys can dive for this ball, it's a bad throw, it's a low ball, you catch it and you can kind of turn and like roll with your shoulder almost to make sure that that ball doesn't hit the ground. That is how we can secure a diving catch, and that is how we can get better at a diving catch. So something you can do to work on it, like I said, get on that high jump mat, get on something soft, and you just have to rep the motion. There's no like specific thing I could tell you like this technique, do that. You just have to rep out rolling with that shoulder and catching that ball when it's low and when it's a diving catch scenario. Let's play this thing again, full speed one more time. Great job here making this catch. Great job turning that shoulder to make sure that that ball does not pop out. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys as usual. And again, fellas, we are going to be traveling out to 15 more states this offseason for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. These are not like the camps that you see, like those fake exposure camps where there's like 150 kids. Like we keep things small, you guys. It's all about you guys getting better. This is not an exposure thing. None of that. We're here to help you guys improve your skills. You're going to be in a small group fashion with me and my staff of coaches for 8 hours total over the course of the weekend. It's a ton of info. You guys are going to get a lot better. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, check out that very first link below. We'd love to have you out to any one of our 15 off-season camps. I'll see you guys next time.